There's these moments in our life that change everything. My 5 children, where my youngest 2 are twins, one of them needed surgery. And we just had them. My wife's recovering. We had these twins and one needs surgery, and we're in the hospital for several days. And it came to a point where after I got out of the hospital and made sure my family was taken care of, that got my feet underneath me, I walked to the mailbox, grab a letter, and I have this form letter from the chapter that says, hey, listen, you've missed 3 meetings and we've now filled your spot. I had started that group. I led that group as a chapter president is what it was called. And, you know, I'd part of it for 10 years. And I remember thinking that day, 10 years I've spent with this group, that, boy, I wish I had a group that was more relational and not transactional. I wished I had relationships that were based on, hey, how are you? We've missed you. Where you been? Is everything okay? Are you alive? We haven't seen you for 3 weeks. Not a single person reached out, and I don't blame them. That was the structure and the culture of the group that had been organized. I knew the rules. I knew I needed to be there, but that wasn't the kind of group that I wanted, and that's when I set out to develop Master Networks.
But I'm building a network just like you. When I meet people, I'm trying to connect with them and see how they could add value to our event and to you. That's what all of this is about.
Me going out and networking with people and getting to talk to them and build relationships with them, that's been good for me. But then once I got into Master Network, it changed because everything was like exponentially much, much bigger, because now you're building relationships with people every single week, and you see these same people over and over, and they become your friends and almost like business partners. Even though you're not working together, you're actually feeding each other work, and it's really great.
So I have a close friend who is in Master Networks, and her husband became ill and she had to take some time away. And the beauty of having the network is that through the network, she was able to take time off to care for her husband while she could still work from home, because there were people out there who were supporting her. And she and I were talking about that one day, and I said, you know, this is the power. This is the power of the network, so that when you have a tough time, you've got your family, you've got your network there to support you. And that's what it's all about.
The team at Master Networks, my chapter, we're like family. And I know that when one of these people are out and somebody asks them, do you know a plumber? They're going to say, yeah, I know a plumber, and I know a good plumber. And that's the benefit of it.
Our meetings are 1 hour only. We start on time and we end on time. There's no food involved, so there's no disturbing with servers coming in and filling up iced tea glasses. It's not loud. It's not distracting. We are focused for 1 hour. And I like to say it's our power hour to focus on ourselves and our business. We can plan our day, and it doesn't take half a day to network.
So one of the other things that's really great about the Master Networks agenda is we have a 5-week rotating agenda. And if you just do one type of meeting, you may be missing 2/3 of your potential members or audience. And so we've identified why people join networking groups and what they're looking for, and we tailor make each meeting to meet and exceed those needs.
Look, this is not just a meeting for a handoff of referrals and to announce your ROI. There's actually training tidbits. You know, we start off our chapters by introducing people, and then we introduce our guest, and then we announce new members, and then we go into our training tidbits. And the training tidbits that Chaz Wilson and Dave Jenks do are fantastic. And it's neat because they're actually presented there on the board. They've got the audio, so you can hear Chaz and Dave tell you their training tidbit, and then we talk about it.
Most people specialize. Even though they can operate within a whole industry, they have niches where they're really, really good, and we want them to focus on those. We have a basic belief that you're one relationship away from changing your future. So the focus is to create legitimate seats at the table for as many people as possible. In traditional networking, you may have, in the insurance field, for example, one person representing the insurance industry. And what tends to happen is that person, because they've never been taught how to network, they stop actually networking and they just kind of sit back and become an order taker. So in Master Networks, we divide an industry into verticals. So we would have one person in a chapter that would represent life insurance, one that would represent health insurance, one that would represent commercial. When they have that vertical, they're only going to stand up and talk about whether it's life, health, commercial, or personal lines.
When we launched Master Networks, it was super important to us that we looked at a way to reward our members for benefiting and growing their own network. And so we created the Affiliate Reward Program. And here's simply what it is. It's a way for you to earn a reward every time you grow your network. What it looks like is this. Every time you sponsor a new member into Master Networks will send you $10 a month, every single month that you're an active member and they're an active member. And there's no limit to the number of people you can sponsor or the amount of dollars you can earn.
So we have a really great platform, education platform that we call Master Networks University. It is a collection of videos that we have put together that all of our members can access and find out more information about what they're looking for. So whether that's about chapter meetings or certain topics, they can go on and pull up any video that fits their needs. I recently created some videos for chapter presidents that help give them tips and tricks on how to run a successful chapter meeting.
I'm growing really fast, and I know now how to go through the sales process. I know now what to do. I know how to track my numbers, and I didn't know any of that before.
When we say we deliver world-class training, that is not just a statement that goes on a wall or in a book or in a brochure. That's something we believe in and we follow through with.
Education through events is a big part of what we do. And so we do local business training events, regional events where we bring people from the whole region together, and our national event called Connect.
Let's talk about Connect. Connect is an experience that when you walk in, there's people there from around the country that come in that learn how to grow their business. We've got amazing speakers and teachers and instructors and people that want to share their knowledge and what it's done for them.
Is it okay if I teach? Because the reality is I'm not really a speaker, I'm a teacher. And I will do my best to share with you, but I really like to come to events and learn something that I feel like I can implement right away.
And if you're launching a chapter development launch, we support you in these local events by providing all the tools, resources necessary to launch a meeting just like this. You know, when I was in the real estate industry years ago, 2007, 2008, 2009, it was a tough economy. And the one thing that helped me through that to the best that I could was the size of my network, the ability to reach and lean and reach out to the people that were in my network. And listen, those times will come again. I don't know when, but they will come again. And that is not the time to go build your network. Now is the time to build your network. And so you might be sitting there thinking, am I the right fit for Master Networks? Is Master Networks the right fit for me? I want to assure you that you're in the right place at the right time. And I want to invite you to join us and join with a group of people like you, or you might be a new business and you could add a ton of energy to this group. You might be an experienced business that could add a tremendous amount of wisdom to those who are just launching and starting. And the value of support in a tribe like this is extremely important and critical in the venture of every business. So I want to invite you to join us today.